Calling meeting to order. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. I am honored to welcome to the 16th meeting of the MECA KSA Toastmaster Club, program year 2021-2022, club number 07879933, area 6, division B, district 79. I am Muhammad Numan, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before we begin, let me read the mission of our Toastmasters Club. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide sportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop learning experience, communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth in achieving excellence. I request you all to repeat after me for better listening, for better thinking, and better speaking. We learn by doing. Thank you. I request you all to silence your cell phone during the meeting. Since we are in an online meeting, members other than the role player, meeting leaders, and speakers are advised to mute their microphone during the meeting. You are urged to applaud using the emojis and through your videos. As a general rule, in the Toastmaster meetings, we can speak on any topic except politics, religion, and sex. I hope you will enjoy today's meeting. Now, let me now hand over the control of the meeting to the VP membership, acting VP education, a role model of MECA KSA Club, a confident speaker, Toastmaster Mudassar Farouk.
But I am right now, I am concentrating on this speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sergeant at Arms, Muhammad Noman. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MECA KSA Toastmasters Club meeting. Today's session we'll try to wrap it up quickly, and then at the end of the session, we will see if we can get to have an open house discussion. The theme for the day today, it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to learn. And definitely this is something which we all would have come across our life, that every day, if you go out and you want to learn something new, you will always get that opportunity and you will always be able to find something that is new for you. Even being a finance professional, heading a department of finance in my company, I do get to learn new things from my subordinates, from my colleagues. At home, I get to learn new things from my kids because they are much more advanced in the technology than I am currently. Similarly, if you go to your social circle, your friends, you are always, if you have this mind frame that you absorb things, you're always in this constant phase of learning new things around you. So let us learn something new today here before we leave the meeting today. Usually, I do not have the complete list of the last week winners, but the two people that I have, and the big three winner was Muhammad Noman, and the best speaker was Daniel Raza. Let us give them a round of applause. I will try to note down the name of the winners in this session, and then hopefully we will have the complete list in the coming days. There is no change in the agenda. We will proceed as the agenda has been communicated to everyone. Unfortunately, there was a short delay of 10 minutes. So we will try to cover it up during our session. And if not possible, we will try to have a notion to extend the meeting if required. We have our guests today, which include Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. We have Iqbal Qasim. Welcome to our club, gentlemen, and definitely we will be taking your feedback at the end of the meeting and your tips of how we can improve our sessions. Without further ado, I would like to hand, I forgot. The word master of the day. Could you please introduce us the word of the day? Hidayatullah Beg, Toastmaster Hidayatullah Beg.
Good morning, Toastmaster Mudassir and fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers.
No, Toastmaster Hidayatullah Beg, you just need to give us the word of the day.
Okay,
your role will be explained later.
Okay, I'm sorry. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. For today's meeting, the word of the day is passionate, which means feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others. An example of using the word is, he is a passionate speaker. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give a word of the day report and when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hidayatullah. Definitely, let us try to use the word passionate as much as possible and without any hesitation or any confusion. It is our passion that we are sitting here at this time of the day attending this meeting. So let us do it more passionately. Let us let everyone give whatever they have. Without further ado, I would like to now introduce our Toastmaster of the day. He is an associate consultant oral surgeon at King Saud University Medical City. He has been a Toastmaster since 2017. He is currently the club president of Taj Toastmasters Club and VP PR for Garagana TMC Riyadh. Division B champion and SATIC semifinalist in international speech contest for the year 2019-2020. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sundar Ramalingam as the Toastmaster of the day. Dr. Sundar, the podium is yours.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer and Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq, for that generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and all my dear friends, a warm good morning to you all. In fact, the weather is changing, it's getting colder, and the warmth really feels better these days than what it used to feel so a couple of months ago. Indeed, right? Well, we are here today to meet for our 16th meeting of this program year, and what a beautiful theme we have for today. It's never too late to learn. When I suggested this theme, there was just only one quotation that came to my mind. We all are very much fascinated and are beloved with our mother tongues. There is a famous quote by a famous Tamil poet. Tamil is my mother tongue. And let me translate it to you. It goes like this. If what you know is just as much as a handful, what you do not know is as big as this earth itself. So there is so much that we are yet to learn. And every moment that we live in this planet Earth is a chance and an opportunity to learn. All that we require is the passionate. If you are passionate to learn something new, it could be even a speaking skill like what we do in Toastmasters. It could be like web hosting skills like what I'm doing right now as a Zoom host and a TMOD. It could be a small art or craft or do-it-yourself skill that you could do to improve your home. It could be anything. Probably you can walk into the kitchen. I believe all men are here. You can walk into the kitchen, help your wife chop some vegetables, cut some fruits, make some curry or something. That's also a new skill that you can learn. So if you are passionate about learning, there is no limit to what you can learn, and there is no limit to how much you can learn. So that's what learning is all about. And let us get into today's exercise of learning something new with our today's meeting. I'll be talking about the theme furthermore as I'm going ahead with the meeting. But before that, I have to introduce my pillars who are going to teach us all the importance of the different subtle roles that we do in a Toastmasters meeting. So for the first role, we have the Wordmaster, which was explained to us by Toastmaster Hidayatullah. He will also be doubling up as the grammarian. Toastmaster Hidayatullah, could you please explain your role as the grammarian?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of English language, as well as outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. I will give my grammatical usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Sundarlingam.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hidayatullah, for that superb explanation of your role. And we are looking forward, every one of us in the meeting, to use your grammar as much properly as possible. I know that we are all not native speakers of English. We have all learned English through ages and through practice and experience. So every time we speak, when we are trying to improvise our grammar, that is what the role of the grammarian tries to emphasize upon. And also we have learned a new word today, which is passionate. So be passionate about using the word of the day, passionate. Next up, we have our timer, Toastmaster Mohammad Noman, who is going to help us to time our individual performances. Toastmaster Mohammad Noman, could you please explain your role as the timer? Toastmaster Noman, you are muted.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. My role as a timer is to keep record for time for the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and the evaluation speeches. For this purpose, I will use 3 different colors: green, yellow, and red. The green color will indicate that the speaker hit the qualifying time. The yellow color means the speaker hit the target time. It's a halfway between the minimum and the maximum time. And the red times when the allotted time is finished. After the red time appears on the screen, each speaker has 30 seconds to wrap up his speech. Now, for prepared speeches, the ideal length is 5 to 7 minutes, where the screen will go green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. For table topic speeches, the screen will appear green at 1 minute, yellow at 1.5, and red at 2 minutes. For evaluation, the green color will appear on the screen at 2 minutes, yellow at 2.5, and red at 3 minutes. For evaluation, table topic evaluation, the evaluator has 30 seconds for one speak evaluation. Like if we have 6 speakers, the evaluator have to wrap up his evaluation, or the screen will be go green at 3, yellow at 3.5 minutes, and red at 4 minutes. I will present my report when called about by the journal evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much for that passionate explanation about your role, Toastmaster Mohammad Noman. Up next, we have another important role, which is that of the vote counter. And I will be performing the role because I am the Zoom host, so I shall be conducting the polls. So this is just essentially to know who among us is the best performer based on our own judgment. So when the time is coming up for the voting for the best speaker or the best table topic speaker, the best evaluator, the best meeting leader, and the best of big 3, I shall be calling out a poll, and I request all of you to vote for the best meeting leader or performer whom you believe performed to the best of their abilities. And as the vote counter, I will not be voting until and unless there is a need to break a tie. So with this, we come to the end of explaining the different meeting rules. Well, before I start off with the actual meeting proceedings, I learned something new in a meeting last week. I was attending a meeting in a different club, one of the clubs where I am an EXCOM member as well, the Garajina TMC. We had a champion speaker who was the Toastmaster of the day. And I am an oral surgeon, and I always see mouths as part of my job, okay, looking at mouths as part of my job. But never once occurred to me that smiling makes you beautiful. And this gentleman, the Toastmaster of the day, taught me something, an oral surgeon, that to smile, it makes you young. You know, you will start losing your age. So I can see several people starting to smile right now. So I can see the age going down, tuck, 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 1 day, 2 days gone down. So let us all smile and spread smiles across as well. And this is something that I learned that day. I don't know whether there is a scientific basis behind it, but definitely it is emotionally strong. When you smile, it is the shortest non-spoken communication that you could actually use to emphasize or impress upon somebody who is looking at you. And imagine what children do when they don't know what to do, okay? If there is something that has happened and they don't know what to do, they just smile and it melts away all kinds of troubles, problems, or even anger, okay? Even if your daughter or your son is smiling at you after doing something wrong, it melts away all the anger. So this is something that we have to learn, and let us all learn to smile and spread it across. Having said that, now we will move to the meeting proper. We have a lineup of 3 impressive speeches today. The prepared speakers who have put in their best efforts, trying to learn something new and delivering it us so that we also learn something. So our passionate speakers are 3 in number. So before I call upon the first speaker, I will call the evaluator for the first speech. Toastmaster Hidayatullah, could you please explain the objectives of the first speaker's speech? Please don't mention the name of the speaker because it is the role of the TMOD to introduce the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, to fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of this project for this member is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The member completing this project has spent time researching a topic. He will be speaking about a topic which is on a deeper level. I look forward to the speaker's speech later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hidayatullah. May I now call upon our first speaker. Our first speaker is hailing from Pakistan and has been living in Saudi Arabia for the past 6.5 years. He's currently working in the oil and gas sector here in the Eastern Province as a governance and compliance manager. A very enthusiastic gentleman, because one thing when I can recall after seeing him is that he was delivering probably the first table topic that is occurring in my mind, driving. So that was his passion, to learn the new communication skills through joining Toastmasters. Let us put our hands together to welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Amir Mahmood, who will be delivering his level 1 third project from the dynamic leadership path. Toastmaster Amir Mahmood, the stage is yours.
Well, thank you very much for this passionate introduction. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, and guests, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today, I am passionate enough to deliver my speech titled Stress Management. So, the lead stress research guru, Hans Selye, once said, the only person without a stress is a dead person. So that's very deep. So we are all alive and kicking, and we are faced with challenges of life that we all have to deal with our own respective capabilities and capacity. So owing to our human nature, we are faced with stresses that we have to learn as well as to know some of the methodologies that are available to manage them accordingly. So before I begin, I would like to stress upon the basic definition as to what is stress. Stress is a body's response to physical and emotional changes in our life. This response triggers the release of a chemical hormone called adrenaline. You might have heard this expression under the adrenaline rush. So this is the same adrenaline. So what does this adrenaline does? Actually, it triggers some physiological responses in our body by which the heart rate starts speeding up. It goes up with a heavier breathing, sweaty palms, as well as the blood sugar level increases. So how to fight instead of flight the stressors such as tension, nervousness, worries, as well as fear of unknown, or basically generally things in our life that we don't have a control over. So in that sense, Mayo Clinic, a very reputable online publication journals, they have published a set of guidelines naming 4 A's to manage stress. What are those 4 A's? As the name signifies, starts with the letter A: avoid, alter, accept, or adapt. So moving on, in order to manage our stress, avoid, believe it or not, we can all avoid a lot of stress by, number one, taking control of our surroundings. For example, we may come across a situation whereby we feel that traffic is insane. So how can we avoid this stress level? Either we can leave early, or we can change the course or the route that would be either longer or less traveled. By doing so, we can certainly avoid the stressing situation that would wear us out. And secondly, learn to say no. Maintaining a line between being charitable and being foolish. Saying no is a complete antidote to stress. And then third part under about the stress management categories avoiding is ditching part of our list, to-do list. Oftentimes we have a number of items that are there in our list. We need to prioritize them, A, B, and C. And during the time crunch, it is always advisable to scratch the items that are ranked as C. So this way we can get the most important work done, most important items can be taken care of, hence the stress level will be reduced. So now moving on to the second A, which is alter. One of the most helpful things one can do through times of stress is to take an inventory and then attempt to change things for the better. So in order to do so, what can be done? Number one, respectfully ask others to change their behavior. And then communicate your true feelings to others. And manage your time better. And lastly, state limits in advance. Means that oftentimes we find ourselves stuck in a kind of a conversation that is going around in circles. It's a churn of the same information time and over again. So the best bet is to inform the person who you are communicating with, or the person who has approached you, that, oh, well, I have only 5 minutes that I can spare, so please go ahead. This way, when you state the limits in advance, it can release you of the stress of listening something that is either counterproductive or counterintuitive. Moving on to number 3, which is acceptance. Sometimes we may have no choice left but to accept things the way they are. For those times, we can try. If the going gets tough, the tougher gets going. So what should we do? We accept things graciously, and then we can help this stressful situation out by talking with someone, practicing forgetting and forgiving. Practice positive self-talk. It is very important. Practice positive self-talk. That means we are parking all the negative sides out of our brain. Because if you are stuck on one negative thought, then we are on a bandwagon that's going to lead us astray, and then the positivity will take the exit door. And then learn from your mistakes. It's very important. Learning is important. If we keep on repeating the same mistakes without lesson learned, I guess this is the key to failure. It is, in fact, as I said in the beginning, it's not fighting. It's actually we are in a flight mode. We are running away from a stress management situation, which in fact, in its own self, is a catch-22 type situation, because flight is not a solution. Fight with some kind of learning tools is the solution to remain stress-free, or at least to minimize. We can mitigate. We cannot remove it, but we can mitigate stress. And then lastly, adapt. Things that cannot be changed are better dealt with adaptability. So we can adapt by adjusting standards. It says, for example, if I'm talking in second person, adjust your standards. Practice thought stopping. As I said, you have to have clutter-free mind. So practice thought stopping. Reframe the issue. So we have to reframe the issue. Looking at the mechanics of it, reframe. So resynthesize the issue, and adopt a mantra, a positive mantra. Yes, I can do that. I am capable enough. I have the tools internally that I can utilize to help me get out of the situation. So this positive mantra is going to go a long way in the stress management situation. And then create an asset column. It's very important. What is asset column? It means of all the positive things that we can refer to, that we can count on as something that we have achieved, even from a small to the big achievement in our life. So it's very important to maintain an asset column. As we're all accountable, we know, the asset, as it grows, it gives a great feeling of accomplishment, and it's a healthier pulse check for the company as well. And look at the bigger picture. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, is this the hill that you would like to die over? Or what's the big picture? Or you would just let it go? There is no point pestering over some petty issues. There are bigger problems to tackle with. Hence, it is very important to maintain a bigger picture in front of us. So I believe with these 4 A's, through practice, soon we will be able to pull out one of these tools of stress management that'll keep our hiking through the journey of life down a steady cliff. I thank you very much for for attending this one, for your opportunity, and for your listening. Have yourself a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amir Mohammed, for that brilliant presentation on how to beat stress in our day-to-day life. Really something that we have all learned hearing your speech today. So let us now move on to our next passionate prepared speaker. And before I call upon the speaker or introduce him, let me call upon the respective evaluator, yet another enthusiastic Toastmaster who's joined us here as a guest. And also he's an ex-com member in another club as well, and also a co-member in my home club, Taj. Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, could you please share the objectives of the second speaker?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Today, the purpose of the project for my speaker is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style. And the purpose of this project is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership style in general. The project is L2P1, Understanding Leadership Style. The general timing is for 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to my speaker. Thank you, and back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, for the brilliant explanation of the speech objectives. And our second speaker hails from the city of Lalpur in Pakistan. He has completed his ACMA and CGMA from the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and he has an MBA with specialization in management and finance, and a couple of certifications in accounts, audit, and finance. An accomplished finance and accounting professional, he has 15 years of experience in Saudi Arabia and is currently working as a deputy manager, finance and controlling and accounting in CMID LLC. He's going to present his first project from level 2, which is the strategic relationship path. And the project, as our evaluator said, is about leadership styles. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends, please put your hands together to welcome our second prepared speaker of today, Toastmaster Muhammad Noman. Toastmaster Noman, could you please unmute yourself?
Sorry. Yep, sorry. Yesterday night, I told my wife that I have to attend a Toastmaster meeting early in the morning. Can you please make my breakfast ready by 9 a.m.? Okay, you can go for the either cereal or the butter toast. She looked at me surprisingly and said, "You are very authoritative and bureaucratic these days. Let me decide what I will do for the breakfast." Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, respected leaders and guest leaders. I just want to deliver my speech on understanding of leadership. I just want to share my screen. No, all along, I know that I was a servant leader. But when I follow the questionnaire that is on the Toastmasters website that consists of the 48 questions, that it shows us we have a couple of different leadership styles. No, it will be different styles that soak in our blood and work in our nerves. Now, if we just check that, sometimes we are a bureaucratic and the other time we're passionate to perform the role of a democratic. At times we are illustrative and the other times we are authoritative. Similarly, we play the role of affiliative and some matters, and the other times we are more innovative. Now, sometimes we're passionate to perform the role of pace setter and others for the coach. In fact, we are like the 8-legged spider who walk on the 8 different leadership styles. But unlike spiders, we have one dominant and the prominent style for every leadership style. For me, it's a democratic and coaching. Respected leaders, can you share with me your dominant leadership style?
Democratic.
Okay, thank you. So Toastmaster sir, Toastmaster
Democratic.
It's a mixture between democratic and authoritative.
Okay, it's a very good thing that at least we know our dominant leadership styles. Now we have mentioned one more important things that we will discuss at the end of the meeting. Now I just want to share with my memories around my experience, personal or professional experience. Around a decade ago, I was working with a Tetra Pak. It was my first assignment as a senior, and I have to lead the team of 5 members. Now, whenever a team member came to me, he was unable to do that one. I will just try to support him fully to perform that work. Now, sometimes he will later again come to me that he is unable to perform the work. In that way, I said, okay, leave it to me. I will do it. You will just focus on the other things. Now, what will be happens? It will piling up my work, but I am a great supporter, advocate of the coaching and facilitating. So I will just go in the same way. In the end, what happened? I will finalize the audit, but with some unslept nights. Now, what the lesson learned from this assignment, I will just discuss later. After that, we will just move to the other memory. That is regarding a Punjab Rural Sport Program. After that, I have to assign to another assignment that is a Punjab Rural Sport Program, PRSP. In that, we have to perform the annual audit as well as we have to deliver 27 different reports on their projects, on their division and district level. No, there I have to manage the team of 40 members. I have experience of my PICE assignment. So what I will do, I will just make a presentation before going to the audit. I will just give the brief description about the project, about their roles, and about the activities that they have to do. After that, I will just divide the teams in 4 groups. One group is responsible for the district level project. Other is similarly for the audit report, and third one is for the field work. The last one is responsible for to overlook all the work and finalize the reports and be given to the management. Now, in the end, it is a well-planned and managed audit. No, if we just check what is the comparison between the 2 assignments? At Tetra Pak, Pakistan, my more focus or my more leadership style is toward the coaching, facilitating and accommodating my team. I just go out of the way to help them to get the best results. I will just try to convince them to do the best way to just follow me and just focus on the important things. But ultimately, they will come up to us with the other different things. Maybe there are some work showers and other things. So it will be a hectic routine at the end of the day for me. Now, similarly, if I just talk about the Punjab Rural Sport Program, my more focus is for the innovative because I just give a presentation before they went to the field to perform their work. So at least they have an idea what they have to do at the field and they will know their duties and role very well before going. After that, I will just play the role of coaching and democratic during the meeting, and before meeting, I will just consider it with the leaders and for the 5 members of the team, as well as the other members. If they have any query, they will come up to me, but we will just reorganize the things and others in the better way. In the same way, in the same audit even, I will just perform the authoritative and the bureaucratic style of leadership also. Why? Because to get the reports on time and to finalize the everything and streamline on the time and meet the deadline. So it will be result in a well-planned audit. So what we can learn from it, apart from learning from your leadership style, the other important thing is to use the right leadership style at right time. I believe if I use the authoritative and the bureaucratic style in the first assignment, the results may be different and I have to finalize the audit in much more better and unslept night without unslept nights. No, in the last, I just want to share with you the core value of leadership. What is the core values that a leadership should contribute toward a company, toward a team, or toward as a society, as a journal? For this one, I just want to say you will just cheat.
Yellow.
You will to cheat. You have to cheat as much as possible. What is cheat? No, it's the acronym that consists of the 5 letters. Now we'll just see one by one all the things. The first one is to collaborate with your team. We have to collaborate our team to get the best out of them. To get the best results, we have to listen to them. We have to understand them, and then we will be able and in a position to get the best result. After that, H is the high performance. As a leader, we have to set high performance target for us, and we should be one who will lead by the example. Now they have a better idea that what is the requirement from them. Now E is the empower the team. We have to empower our team. They will be fully equipped with all the necessary skills and activities to perform the desired results for our team or to our organization or to our company. That's our main purpose and target. Now, if we just move to the next letter, A is an agile mindset. To adopt an agile mindset, one should be flexible and adaptable. And last one is the treat with care.
Okay.
So we have to treat them with care. Now, I just want to say them, it's never too late to learn new thing. And we have to learn passionately the cheat acronym. So leaders cheat as much as possible. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Noman, for that brilliant speech. You taught us all to cheat. Thank you very much. In fact, we did learn something new from our second speaker too. Okay, we will now move on to our third speaker. Before I call upon the third speaker, let me call the evaluator, yet another energetic and enthusiastic Toastmaster, a co-member in my home club, Taj, and also an ex-com member in one of the Division B clubs. Toastmaster Mohammed Shakir, could you please detail the objectives of our third speaker?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. A very good morning to fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his style on others. It's a project from Dynamic Leadership Level 2, Project 2. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Understanding your communication style. I wish all the best to my speaker, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shakir, for detailing out the objectives. Our third speaker today is a finance professional currently working as a finance manager in a food manufacturing company here in Saudi Arabia. He is a member of ACCA and CAA and has been residing in the kingdom for 36 long years. An avid cricket and football fan, professionally, his keen interests are in fintech and blockchain technology. Our member who's going to deliver this speech, the third prepared speech, a passionate Toastmaster, in fact, joined Toastmastering to become an effective communicator. Fellow Toastmasters, let us put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq to deliver his L2P2 speech from the Dynamic Leadership Path. Toastmaster Mudassir, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hey, Bilal, how are you? I'm good. You? I'm fine as well. Where are you going? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the Day, and distinguished guests. You have just seen me do some random act, but these random acts are the way we communicate on a daily basis. Now, people who belong to the subcontinent would definitely would have understood when I did this that yes, it was a cut drive, and this gentleman Bilal is going to the ground to play cricket. Now, with the minimal uses of words, I said, hi, how are you? Where are you going? By just using my hands. If you could just mute me and I'm doing something, someone would say that many of you would definitely even understand the gestures, but someone from far away might think that I don't know what he's trying to cut something, or what is he doing? Communication is something that we do around us on a daily basis. We can communicate with our words, we communicate with our hands, we communicate with our body gestures, and we communicate with the way we make people look and see at our face and our eyes. Communication can be verbal, it can be nonverbal, it can be written, it can be visual. Nowadays, there is another fifth form of communication, and that is called emojis. As you would have seen that you just send a smiley on your social media and people will react accordingly to it. I am still not able to understand how, if I'm being happy or sad and sending an emoji has any link to it, but this is what the new generation is all about, that they rely on what's being sent there. We need to take care when we are saying something, and our body language needs to support it. If it does not support it, the person in front of us might consider it as something that he is not either into it or he is just trying to play around the situation. Now, if I would say, happy birthday, Hidayatullah, I wish you a long years ahead. Now, I'm wishing him happy birthday, and people might say that it's a prayer that he's wishing him for a long time. But the way I've said it, the way if I'm pointing at him is as if I'm trying to shoot him or something. So my body language can be threatening to even while I'm giving prayers to someone. So we need to be very precise about what we're delivering and when we're delivering it. Just take this as an example. Son, pick this up right now. I don't want any excuses from you. Pick it up right now. I don't care who did it. You have to pick it up. This is most of us, if we have our children residing with us, this is how we communicate with our children. That we need to be authoritative with them. We need to be assertive with them. We need to tell them that, no, you have to do this. If you're not going to do this, then you have to face the consequences. While I was going through my communication styles and going through the Toastmasters material which was available, I found out that the communication style can be a mixture of these four types. You can either have a direct style, you can be analytical, you can have a supportive style, or you can have an initiating style. Now, in the direct style, the person who is communicating to you, or he wants the other person that is communicating to him to get to the point directly. As an example, in my office, I asked my colleague that, can you please tell me what was the entry that you have posted, what was the debit and the credit? And he goes off, a couple of months back, this scenario took place. And I was like, please, I'm not into storytelling right now. Just give me the entry. And I don't want any stories around this one. Analytical mindset is when you bring on your logical thinking hat and you start thinking that, okay, what could be the logical outcome, or what is the logical discussion in this frame? This type is mostly done by us accountants and finance professionals without any doubt. We are number people. If someone is even going to tell us that, oh, let's go out to have fun, all of a sudden we take an Excel sheet in our mind and start calculating, okay, this will be the cost, this will be the benefit. My smile will cost me this much. So to do or not to do depends on how we are analyzing the situation. Then you have the initiating one. These are the people, the party animals, they just go to any conversation directly and they just take over the floor. They damn care about your problems or anything else. They are just speakers. They want to speak a lot. And we would have those in our circles. Unfortunately, finance people are not one of them. Then the fourth style is the supportive. These are the people who are good listeners. They are calm, they're supportive, they listen to your problems, they tell you, they explain to you, they can give you advice. People love coming to them. About my things, I found out that I was a mixture of type of communication styles. One was a direct when I was at work, because I need to get things done. I cannot just wait, or I cannot just coach, or I cannot just analyze everything. I need to get stuff done, so I'm direct to the point. And the second one was supportive. When I'm with family and friends, I lend them my ear. I try to understand their problems. I tell them how to resolve some issues, what to do, what not to do. So my style is a mixture of direct and supportive. And I hope that you would also identify your style, because it helps you a lot to communicate and to understand how you want people to communicate with you. Annie Morrow Lingard, an American author, had said that good communication is just as stimulating as black coffee and just as hard to sleep after. Be an effective communicator with your words, with your body language, with your gestures. The way you communicate to others gives a nonverbal feedback to them that how would you like to be communicated with yourself. Be passionate and always have an open learning mind frame. Wherever you go, you will definitely have something to learn, and you can teach people as well. Be effective communicator, help others grow around you, be gentle. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mudassir, for that excellent speech, trying to teach us a lot about the different communication styles and how effective communication can be it verbal or non-verbal. So, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and my dear friends, we had 3 brilliant speeches, all passionate speakers who had put in the best of their efforts. It's time now for us to judge the best speaker of the 3. Timer, could you please advise if all the speakers are qualified?
2 speakers are qualified, Toastmaster Muhammad Noman and Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq.
Okay, so let us now vote for the best speaker. I'll be sharing the poll now for the best speaker. Please vote. As the voting goes on, we will be proceeding with our meeting. So we have now come to the end of the prepared speech session. A lot of things that I learned today during the prepared speech session. In fact, the first speaker, one thing that he spoke about is about stress reduction. And one of the things that he really stressed on in his speech about stress reduction was about adapting. Well, adaptation is a reflex that is innate for all organisms. And how do we adapt to the scenario? How do we adapt to improve? If you wish to learn more about adapting, well, there is an interesting session that is going to happen today, later in the part of the day, being conducted by our own Area 6 leaders. And we also have the event chair here with us who will be explaining about it. Toastmaster Sunny Kurvilla, would you be generous enough to explain to us about today's event, sir?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. Sundar. You know, whatever we learn in Toastmastering is not just to learn and forget. This is to adopt or adapt this technique what we learn in Toastmastering. Since I am also a finance professional, we always miss the human touch. We always confine ourselves to finance, and we prefer to write something outside our board, no entry. This is what normally we do. Because we try to avoid the problems. We try to avoid people because we want to focus in our work. And here we are getting a training in Toastmastering. This is not just as a speaker. This is to refine ourselves, to make our sharpening our qualities. What all we learn in Toastmastering, we need to adapt. We need to adapt that in our profession, in our personal life, wherever we go, so that we will not be a very sharp sword cutting others, but we will be able to soothe others also, but giving same decision. Being a finance person, we are always confined by rules and regulations. We cannot violate. I'm not saying that we need to violate, but we can give a better idea to other people. How to say no. Mostly we are saying no, but how to say no without hitting other people. This is what we are trying to learn here. And today we are going to have this session in which we understand from other people how we can say or how we can adapt this Toastmaster learning to our own profession. And we have the PQ, this district 79, PQD is with us, Toastmaster Sadia Khan, Toastmaster previous division F director Tiwari, and club president, grand professional club president Toastmaster Roy, and the senior most Toastmaster Muhammad Mubin and Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar. So we will listen from them how to sharpen our knowledge and how to adapt whatever we learn in Toastmastering in our real life. That is the purpose of Toastmastering as far as I'm understanding. Not to become good speakers, but to adapt whatever we learn in our real life. I request all of you to come and make this event successful. Thank you, TM Modi, for giving me this chance. To be frank, I thought you will be giving at the end of the session. That is what I requested after concluding everything. I really respect your decision. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunny, for introducing this event and sharing snippets of what is going to happen in this event. And in fact, when it is something important and when we have something relating to it, it is better said at that moment. And that is what adoption is all about, rather than taking it till the end. I am extremely sorry if I had called you out of the blue just to explain this one. But I hope all of you will join and enjoy and benefit from this session. It's going to be a 2-hour short session happening today, later part of the day. You just tune in. You can even collect it on your mobile phone and just listen to what these great speakers are going to. As I told you, the meeting theme today is let us all learn something new. And it is never late to do that. And it's never too late. We can even do it today. Thank you very much. And let us now move on to the next session. That is the most interesting part of the session, which is our impromptu speaking session. And to conduct this session, we have yet another enthusiastic Toastmaster. He is an investment banker and a corporate finance professional with over 20 years of experience specializing in mergers and acquisitions, valuations, due diligence, strategic business planning, and management consulting. He is a partner with Simplified Consulting, a boutique management consulting firm in Bahrain. Professionally, he is a qualified instrumentation engineer with masters in business administration with specialization in finance. He's a certified treasury manager too from the Association of Certified Treasury Managers. Let us all put our hands together to welcome our table topics master for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sanat Kumar Agrawal. Toastmaster Sanat Kumar Agrawal, the stage is yours. But before I move on, the table topic session would be evaluated by Toastmaster Sunny Kurula. Toastmaster Sanat Agrawal, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. So wonderful evening, and how much we have already learned today from the time this session began. We learned about leadership styles. We learned about stress management. We learned about communication styles. And all the three speakers were so passionate about their prepared speeches. So without wasting any other more time, let us directly move into the table topics session. Mark Twain once said, "It takes me 3 weeks to prepare for an impromptu speech." Unfortunately, we will not have that luxury. So probably you will get 10 to 15 seconds to prepare yourself for the speech. And here is the first topic for you. But let me first identify the speaker. Do we have Toastmaster Jiju Kosi? Toastmaster Jiju Koshi, would you like to take the first table topic? Good morning. The topic is, I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. So said Albert Einstein. I will just paste the topic on the screen. Please let us have your thoughts on the same. Over to you, Toastmaster Jiju.
Do you know ISO? Yes. Sure. Do you know safety? Yes. Sure. Do you know production? Yes. So you're master of all the trades. Yes, I am. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, you must be thinking, I'm a master of all trades. I know just everything. I have nothing to learn. Like that? No, I have no special talents. But I'm eager to learn. Why did I join this meeting, first of all? I know I'm surely up to something that will help me today. I'm a passionate learner. I'm not a great speaker, but I'm sure I'll be one someday. When I joined Toastmasters 2018, I felt, oh, this is a small cup of tea. I can easily manage it. And I went to the stage, standing tall. And the first topic came to me. Please share something on power of words. I stood there, thinking and thinking and thinking, with no clue at all. I returned back after 2.5 minutes, standing there. But was it the end? No, that was just the beginning. I made sure I attend every meeting after that until I succeed. I did succeed in table topics. Now I can proudly come and stand before you. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, I have no special talents. But with the talents I have, I will make sure I am special. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jijo. What a wonderful speech. What a wonderful speech. For the next table topic, can we have again Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq. We heard him speak passionately on a prepared speech. Let's hear him on a table topics. And the topic is, you can't fake passion. Can you? Over to you, Toastmaster Mudassir. The topic is on the chat as well.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Sanat. You cannot fake passion. You can fake the expression of passion, but the passion itself is unfakeable. This is what I believe. If you are not into something 100%, if you do not want to go the extra mile to achieve it, you will fail. Not only will you fail, but you will start showing the signs of your failure, of giving up on that thing before even the hard starts getting to you, the hardships start getting to you. I wanted to learn how to ride a motorbike, and I did try to learn how to ride a bike, but my heart was not into it. I tried it several times, and everyone whom I tried out to learn to ride a bike always asked me this question: have you ever ridden a bicycle? I said, yes, I'm a very good rider of a bicycle. Even if you give it to me today, I can do it. It's not a huge thing. And then this next thing would be that, oh, then motorbike is just a piece of cake for you. You just need to sit and 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're all set to go. I said, okay. I learned every time I sat on a bike, either I would hit the wall, I would fall down, I broke the signal lights, the tail lights, etc. and etc. But I was not able to learn it. On the other hand, when I started my accountancy journey, and the first exam that I passed it with just a couple of weeks educational session, and I passed it. If I evaluate the difference between both of them, it was my passion of learning of what I wanted to do. Bike was not a necessity, nor was it a requirement. Hence, my passion was not that strong there. Accountancy was a requirement, and I wanted to learn more about it. Hence, I succeeded. So yes, passion cannot be faked, but you can try to fake the expressions of being passionate. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Mudassir. Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassir. So, as we all saw, Toastmaster Mudassir is as passionate a speaker when he's speaking impromptu as he is on a prepared speech. The third topic, can we have Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, please? Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, your topic is, if passion drives you, let reason hold the reins. This is a famous saying, a quote by Benjamin Franklin. It's on the chat. Over to you, Toastmaster Muhammad.
It's all about passion. What is passion? Do we need to be passionate? And what makes us hold it to become passionate? I'm a passionate Toastmaster since last 4 months. My mentor, Manaz Al-Bukhari, he invites me to join Toastmasters. That time, to be honest, I'm not passionate on Toastmastering. I just obey the order from my boss because I am reporting to him. I cannot say no. But eventually, when I start attending Toastmaster meetings, taking roles, listening carefully to the Toastmaster meetings, I become a passionate Toastmaster. And now, even Mr. Toast DTM Manas, he didn't know how many meetings I'm attending in a week and how many clubs I am a member and EXCOM, a part of EXCOM. That's the passion that brings you forward. Fellow Toastmasters, if we have that kind of passion inside us, either it is for Toastmastering, otherwise it's in our professional life, nothing can hold us. We can move forward with our passion, and that will bring us a better future. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Shakir. Can we have Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim for the next topic?
Yes, available.
Good morning. Your topic is Martha Graham. She was a great American dancer, and she said this: great dancers are not great because of their technique. They are great because of their passion. Over to you, Toastmaster Iqbal. The topic is also on the chat.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, warm welcome to all of you. The main thing, the core to success is not the techniques, it's the passion in you as well as in your heart. To bring in my personal story, I'm a production manager now, doing more than 150 sauces, and nothing was known to me during my college days, nor I learned it from the books. Everything started by passion. I started mixing with my teammates who had different talents. Then I went to each one of them and started learning. This learning is nothing but a passion. If it is from your heart, you can be a successful person. The main thing I have to tell all the teammates and subordinates that you should be a passionate. Even the leadership styles says you should be a passionate. You should be sometimes cheating. The acronym, what one of our Toastmasters said, no man, you have to be cheating to be the best leader. In fact, learning never ends, learning never stops, and you should always be passionate. If the passion drags you, it means you are on the right track. Learn from everything. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Qasim. Can we have Toastmaster DTM Jaff? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. As a Zapet Masau? Toastmaster DTM Japet Masau, are you on? Are you available?
I think that gentleman, I think he's left. He's not in the meeting.
He's left. Can we have Toastmaster Abdullah Sulaiman? Do we have Toastmaster Abdullah Sulaiman?
Yes, I'm available.
Good morning, Toastmaster. Your topic is you don't choose your passions. Your passions choose you. Over to you, Toastmaster Abdullah Sulaiman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Senat. Good morning, everybody. Passionate, I think, cannot choose it. You cannot choose the passion because you have to be passionate from your inside. If you like something, you cannot, as my fellows said, you cannot fake it. So The passion is real from inside out. You have to do something that you love. If you don't love anything, you cannot do it. For example, for a long time, I have a passion to join Toastmasters. But long time ago, I didn't take any action to join Toastmasters because losing passion. When I become passionate to join the Toastmaster and attended so many sessions, then I become more eager to join the Toastmaster and to listen, learn, and from all those people who presented many topics, which is more fashionable, increase my passionate to go over and spend Toastmaster. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdullah. We should all chase our passions and choose our passions. And with that, I think I'll come to the last topic, and if I may be allowed, again we'll have a repeat speaker. Toastmaster Mohammad Noman, would you like to take up this topic? Your topic is chase down your passion like it's the last bus of the night. Chase down your passion like it's the last bus of the night. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohammad Noman. The topic is also in the chat.
Yeah. Just do my passion like it's the last bust of your night. Okay. Just a minute. Thank you, table topic master. Yeah, the topic is chase your passion. That is the last bus of your night. No, in my opinion, we have to just chase our passion, because passion is the one that will drive us toward the right directions, and that one things that we have to move and according to our will. So we can be perform very well in that field. Instead of if we just move to the other things that are without half-heartedly done, we will not able to get the desired results. So at least we have to just follow the passion, because if we just go that one, it will be move us in the right directions, and we will be able to get the better and desired results. Now, just give you an example. When I start my studies, there's a lot of doctors in my family. So my first passion is just after seeing them, oh, I want to be a doctor, because I think the first day when a doctor go to the, you can just medical school, he become a doctor saab. But for us and accountants, we just take time and just take the levels. So my first passion is to become a doctor. But after that, when just that go there, I just want to see I'm not a doctor material. So I will just change my field to the accountancy and commerce. Now, if I just check that one, if I just consider that the first initial decision of my medical studies, a passion for that night, at that time it's a right decisions, and I just want to move. But if we just want to miss that train, I think we have to just move and deviate that one and just move the other things that will be according to our interest and our taste. So what it will be give us, it will give us motivation to move. It will save us from the fear of failure. No, we should not, I'm not saying that we will shed fear from the failure. We just try it. But if we just think that we are not able for that kind of material or that thing, so we have to just change our path and just move the right direction that will be according to our taste. No, in that last passion is the last train, but it will be changed. Maybe it is the last train for this day. Maybe other day will become, and we have to go to that train. So over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Numan. What a passionate speech about chasing the passion. Thank you, yes, all passionate speakers. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Sundar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sanat Kumar Agarwal, for giving us those passionate topics. In fact, every topic of yours was in a relationship, not only with the theme of the day, but also with the word of the day, passionate. And that has enabled almost all of our speakers in the table topics. We always emphasize on members to use the word of the day, and you have made sure that happens. Kudos to you, and a big round of applause to our table topics master for that one. It's now time to know if all our table topic speakers are qualified. Timer, if all the speakers are qualified, of course, you are also qualified. Toastmaster Mohanduman, I did the timing for you. You are qualified. If you can tell us about the remaining.
Yeah, all speakers are qualified.
Okay, so it's now time for us to vote for the best table topic speaker. The poll has been launched. You may please vote for the best table topic speaker. And as the polling goes on, it's now time for us to move on to our next part of today's meeting. Albert Einstein said, "The day we stop learning, we start dying." And one of the important aspects of learning is not only learning new things, but to make sure that we practice those things. And at the time when it is really important, we take the necessary feedback and apply those feedbacks to improve ourselves. So learn, execute, take feedback, and improvise. This is important cycle that we all need to follow. And in Toastmasters meetings, we always believe in delivering feedback hot and piping hot as soon as you have done your speeches. So to conduct today's evaluation session, we have yet another enthusiastic Toastmaster. He is a chartered certified accountant from ACCA and a certified management accountant from IMA. Currently, he is working with Haji Hussain Group in Bahrain as a finance manager. He hails from the proud God's own country in India, Kerala, a beautiful place. In fact, he was talking about it at the early part of the meeting before the meeting started, how beautiful it is during the monsoons. And he has been definitely missing his hometown, having been working in the Gulf for the last 30 years. Let us put our hands together to welcome our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Anand Pillai. Toastmaster Anand Pillai, the stage is yours. You may please unmute yourself and take over the reins.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar, the Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a warm good morning to all of you. The leaders have always reiterated the importance of evaluation in almost all the meetings. I feel like the evaluation part, when we look at a man walking on two legs, preparing and performing the speech is the one leg, and getting the feedback is the other leg. I mean, we always need to have the feedbacks that will improve your next step. So performance, getting feedback, improving performance, getting feedback. So always we wanted to improvise. Always we want to improve our speech. So the importance of evaluation is as much as it's with one leg we cannot just walk. So getting instant feedbacks, evaluations will help us to improve our speeches, improve our confidence, and go on. Today's session was really engaging with innovative topics and innovative ways of presenting. I really enjoyed this meeting. We have 3 prepared speeches and we have 1 table topic. And I would like to call upon stage the first evaluator of the speech, Toastmaster Hidayatullah Beg, to present his evaluation report. Toastmaster Hidayatullah, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand Pillai, for inviting me to present the evaluation report for the first speaker, Toastmaster Amir Mahmood, on stress evaluation. Amir Mahmood started with defining, what is stress and what is stress management. It was a well-prepared speech. He talked about the adrenaline, rush, which most of us encounter, when we are stressed. He talked about the symptoms of the stress, and he also talked about the Mayo Clinic suggestions of the 3 A's, and he beautifully explained each of these A's very clearly. As far as his other aspects of the speeches, he spoke with the great clarity. He used his vocal variety very well, but his eye contact was not proper. He was mostly focused upon looking at his script downwards, and he was stationary in one place. He did not move from his place. Plus his hand gestures, he was most of the time he was just holding his hand like this. He could have made no other gestures. The topic was well researched, and yeah, and it was supported by facts of with good examples. So with this, I conclude my report on Toastmaster Amir Mahmood. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hidayatullah, for that wonderful evaluation. Next, I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim for presenting his evaluation report. Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim.
Sorry, just 1 minute.
Thank you.
I have a question. Can you see my screen? Timer screen. I think there is some issue.
Toastmaster Nauman, your screen, it's just showing a black screen.
Yeah, because I think, no. I'm facing some problem, I think. That's going to be fast because even I'm not able to see my screen myself, but I can speak. So just give me 2 minutes. I will just restart. So can anyone take the role of timer for?
Okay, for now I will be the timer. Okay, let the meeting proceed and you can rejoin after some.
Sorry, yeah, one more thing. Sorry, can we just take the evaluation from speaker 3 because I'm the speaker 2, so I'm not able to listen the comments.
General evaluator, general evaluator.
Yes.
Please, point of order, since speaker number 2 is going to get disconnected due to technical issue. We will call the evaluator of speaker number 3 and then we will call the evaluator of speaker number 2. Apologies, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, for that.
Yeah, that's fine. On this ground,
it's okay.
We would like to call upon stage the
okay. Point of order, he's back on track.
All right.
So we will go as per order. No problem.
Toastmaster.
Hello, Toastmasters
Qasim,
and
I hope
guests.
you can resume.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear my voice, right? Can you hear my voice? Fine.
Audible.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, warm welcome to all of you. Today, my speaker, Muhammad Nouman, has presented his L2P1 leadership style project. Without passion, you don't have energy, and without energy, you have nothing. This is what I understand from his speech. Today, my speaker, he had an unbeatable passion as well as assertive energy. I thank for that remarkable speech on leadership style, Toastmaster Nouman. Toastmaster Nouman, the introduction was perfect and appropriate with the communication between you and your wife. And you directly moved on to the subject part where you were telling about the 8 leadership styles. And directly you connected that 8 leadership styles into a spider, the 8 legs of the spider, which grabbed the audience attention. Moreover, The way you brought in your personal experience in between your speech was a tremendous and eye-opening. The project, the main criteria of your project is to bring in your personal experience and how it impacted, the style impacted you. And you were more perfect in bringing in the examples, the example of Tetra Pak as well as your PRSP. And what was the learning and how it lead you to the optimistic effect? That was great, Toastmaster Nauman. Using your anecdotes and acronyms, cheat. This is also related to the topic, and this is one of your major strengths, Toastmaster Nauman. It was the transition was meticulous. You handled it very carefully. This shows the practice. The more you practice, the more you can present. Congratulations, Toastmaster Muhammad Nauman, for accomplishing your project. Let's move on to the strength part. How can I make your speech more strength and how can it be improved? Throughout the speech, what I understand, you were monotonous. You are using the same tone. There was no ups, there was no downs. There should be a voice modulation. You had a great chance when you were discussing about you and your wife, the communication. You could have brought different voice modulation that would attract the audience. And the main part of any speech is bringing in humor. You had a great chance today. And wherever and whenever necessary, the impact of humor plays a major role. And since I could understand you were rushing in between your slides because the content was huge. You could have limited your content. Overall, Toastmaster Nauman, it was a wonderful, fabulous speech. I wish you all the best. Thank you, and back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, for that wonderful evaluation. And next, may I call upon stage Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir for presenting his evaluation report.
Fellow Toastmasters, what a great idea to open a speech with attracting the audience. Toastmaster Mudassir, congratulations to you to bring such a beautiful topic and presented it very well. By the opening itself, you attract the audience. I can see all the audience looking at you and they are looking forward what is going to be next. When you started very well and moved slowly to the main body of the speech, where you emphasize what is communication. And in the present life, in the modern life, in the virtual platforms, in the social medias, how we are using the emojis effectively. There are two sides for that, a positive and as a negative. But as you mentioned, most of us, we are using the emojis as a communication style now. Even in our meeting, if I want to clap, my mic is muted. No one can listen to the clap, but I can use the emoji. There's an emoji option that you can use it for a clapping. See, that's a kind of communication that we are using the emojis. And you mentioned the main 4 types of communication, such as direct, supportive, initiative, and analytical. And you clearly mentioned what is your communication style. That was the core purpose of your project, that the speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. And you mentioned you have a direct communicator as well as a supportive communicator. Brilliant job. As when you going to the conclusion, that's the best part I like in your speech. The quote that you mentioned, good communication is just as stimulating as a black coffee and just as hard to sleep after. After all, I am from a person from the coffee industry. I can connect it very well. That's a good conclusion. Overall, you used the stage very well. The stage usage, you completely used it. Your voice modulation, it's good. You have a very good eye contact with the audience. Your confidence level was awesome. And your spoken language, it's very clear and easy to understand. And you have a lot of humor. We can see in your face when you are speaking, the people are laughing. That means you put a lot of effort on humor. As a part of recommendation, if you will ask, I should say, add a personal story. When you mentioned the direct communication, you add a personal story, but supportive, initiative, and analytical, the personal story was missing. But only that recommendation, if you add it in your next speech, it will be go to the next level. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, for that evaluation. Next, I would like to call upon stage an eminent leader, distinguished Toastmaster CA Sunny Kurula, for conducting his table topic evaluation. Toastmaster Sunny Kurula.
Thank you, General Evaluator. By the way, I want to make a correction before I go further. So far, I am not distinguished Toastmaster, but I am striving for that thing. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and ebullient greetings to you all. I always like table topics. It comes as an honest surprise, impromptu speaking. This is where we can miss or we can do perfectly. The topics were very much connected to the theme of the day. I congratulate the TT Master for that one. And mostly the topics were very small also, which helps the speakers to speak very well on that one. The first topic was, I have no special talents. I'm only passionate and curious. Toastmaster Jijo Koshi performed that in a very well manner. Initially, he started a platform in which he said, I know everything. ISO, I know. Safety, I know. Production, I know. But at the end, he concluded saying that I am not a great speaker. He felt that on the first day itself, and he gave us a personal story, concluded the speech with repeating the topic, which was really good. He made the point actually. And the second speaker was Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq. And if we conclude his speech, we can say the invention is the mother of necessity. The topic was, you can't fake passion. If you are not prepared to, he started with, if you are not prepared to go extra mile, you will fail. He explained his personal experience of learning motorbike, and he could not do that in a much better way. He was not having the passion for doing that. Second, when he went for learning accountancy, yes, he was having a passion and he did that. Initially, learning motorbike, he could not do, but accountancy, he was having that will to do. He wanted to do that. It's really good. And going back to next speech by Toastmaster Abdullah Suleiman. The topic was, you don't choose your passion will choose you. And he asked a question, do something you love. We need to be passionate. If we understand whatever work we do, we cannot perform it better. This is what he explained. We need to love what we are doing, then automatically things will help us to learn that and become exuberant in that task. So your passion, whatever you do, at the end, it will be deciding your personality. Conclusion, don't you choose your passion will define you. That was really good speech. Now going next to topic number 4, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. It was excellent. If passion drives you, let the reason. It is all about passion. He became a passionate Toastmaster not in the beginning. When he came into the Toastmastering, when his leader, Toastmaster or DTM, Manas brought him, even Manas does not know how many Toastmasters he is member. This is really good. Passion will drive you. Going to next speech, it was from Iqbal Qasim. Great leaders are not great. To be passionate about what all we need to do. Since time is extended, getting closed, this only I have one suggestion. The topic to the table topic master, don't give the topic first. Once you identify the speaker, only he will listen. Ask to everybody, then assume that I am going to be the speaker, people will listen it. With this, I conclude. Over to you, evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunny Kurula. Now, with that, we are ending the speech evaluation sessions and timer. All of the speakers qualified for voting?
No, Toastmaster Hidayatullah and Toastmaster Sunny is not qualified. So we have two speakers, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim and Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. They are qualified.
Hope now the voting will be conducting. Can we go further with the role players reports?
Yes, please go ahead.
While the voting is going on, let us move further with the role players report. Now, we didn't have an R counter in this session. We would start with the word master and the grammarian. Both the roles are played by Toastmaster Hidayatullah. Toastmaster Hidayatullah, please, the stage is all yours for your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand Pillai. The word of the day was passionate. A lot of the speakers use the word passion because in the table topics, most of the topics had the word passion, but not everyone used the word passionate. The people who use the word passionate are Amir Muhammad, he used once. Mudassir, he used twice. Sanat Agarwal, he used twice. Toastmaster Diju Koshi used once. Toastmaster Umair Shafiq used it 4 times. And the Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir used it 4 times. And Toastmaster Abdullah Salem used it twice. Coming to the grammarian report, improper grammatical uses. Toastmaster Noman uses the word the quite often unnecessarily. For example, he mentioned in his speech, my wife made the butter toast. He could have eliminated the word the. And similarly, he used the word with the Tetra Pak. He could have again eliminated the word the. There are another 2 or 3 instances where he used the word the. Others I don't think they used any improper grammatical uses. The quote which I liked was from Toastmaster Sunny Kurivilla, which is sharpen our skills and adapt to your learning. This is a very apt quote which we all should try to use in our daily lives. With that, I conclude my report. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Anand Pillai.
Thank you, Hidayatullah, for the Toastmaster Hidayatullah for that report. We would like to say, because we are always saying in the meetings that while presenting the grammarians report, we don't mention the names of the participants normally.
Okay.
And what we can do is that you can reiterate the sentences where you find the grammatical errors, so the speaker can identify that these sentences are his sentence or her sentences. So this way you can read the sentences, but kindly refrain from mentioning the name of the participants. Thank you. With that, I would like to conduct my general evaluation session. Just
point of order. The
yes.
timers report.
Sorry, yes, definitely. The most important thing in Toastmastering the speeches, timing is very important. Let me call upon stage our eminent speaker, Toastmaster Norman, for presenting his Toastmaster timers report. Toastmaster Norman, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I just want to share my report. Yes, we have 3 prepared speeches today. First one is from Toastmasters Ahmed Mahmood. Ahmed Mahmood took 8 minutes 57 seconds. So and the allotted time is 7 minutes and with a grace period of 30 seconds. So he just took more than the required and qualified time, so it's unqualified. Now if we move to the next speaker is Toastmaster Muhammad Noman. He just took 7 minutes 23 seconds. And our last prepared speaker took 7 minutes 17 seconds. So both these speakers are within the time limit and they are qualified. Now, if I just move to the table topic, we have 6 table topic speakers. First one is Toastmaster Jiju Koshi. He took 2 minutes 15 seconds. And the second one is Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq. Mudassir Farooq took 2 minutes 12 seconds to complete the table topic speech. The third one is Muhammad Shakir. Muhammad Shakir took 1 minute 40 seconds. And the fourth one is Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim. Iqbal Qasim took 1 minute 46 seconds. The fifth speaker, Toastmaster Abdullah Suleiman, took 1 minute 15 seconds. And our last speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Noman, took 2 minutes 7 seconds. So all the table topic speakers are within the time allotted to them. If we just talk about the evaluation section, so we have 4 evaluations. First one is Toastmaster Hidayatullah. Hidayatullah took 1 minute 30 seconds. So it's less than the allotted time for the speech evaluation. If we just move to the next one, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim. Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim took 3 minutes 24 seconds. Our third evaluator, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, he took 3 minutes 26 seconds. So Toastmaster Iqbal and Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir will be within the time allotted to them. Now, if we just move over the last evaluation, our table topic evaluation speaker, he is Toastmaster CS Saning. He took 5 minutes 1 second. So he is also disqualified for this speech evaluation. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Anand, you are muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Toastmaster Norman, for your report. I'm joining Toastmasters after my vacation for about 2 months. So this is the first time I'm seeing this graphical representation. You know, we finance guys always like the charts and graphs, which looks, you know, easily conveyable messages. So it's really nice to see that. So I hope with this we will conclude the speech evaluations and table topic evaluations and the role players reports. And I would like to say something about or start with my general evaluation. We have actually started the meeting about 10 minutes late. And one thing that we have noticed that we have announced the winners of the last meeting, so which was reiterated by the leaders in the previous meetings, which is a wonderful thing to see across. And the meeting went really nice in the structure, in the way it has to be conducted. And I really enjoyed this meeting because of the innovative topics that is put forward in the meeting, and the theme of the day and the word of the day, they are really basically suitable in this environment, especially when we are really passionate about doing things. I would like to, since the topic is going on, I would like to add a couple of points in this. If you ever know the world famous mentalist or thinker Edward de Bono, he always says, what drives us is curiosity drives us. Curiosity drives all the innovations, and innovations, we say that's the mother of necessity. So, but the curiosity, but what drives the curiosity? It is the passion. If you are not passionate about something, you won't be curious about it. If you are not curious about it, you won't go further and dig into the details. You will not get knowledge and passion to perform. So it is the passion that drives us. Why we are here in this platform sitting now together, it is just because it's not that I just wanted to become a great speaker. Becoming a great speaker is one part of it. But we can see that there are speakers in this platform who can speak very well. So if that is their aim, they have already attained it. But still, why they are there in the platform? It is because that is their passion that drives them. They are still there to help us, to grow us. And overall, the meeting was conducted in a nice manner. I mean, as we decided. And thank you for this opportunity. This is the first time I'm becoming a general evaluator, so I have flaws in my presentation, and I know that, so I will definitely try to improve it in the coming sessions. And thank you for this opportunity, and I would like to hand over the lectern back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anand Pillai, for your general evaluation session. It was indeed a great session. We had incredible evaluations and feedbacks that we received for each of the speakers and table topic speakers. And thanks for your valuable inputs for the general meeting evaluation. It didn't seem like it was you were doing it for the first time. Thank you so much. And we all learn by doing. That's what we have the motto here in Toastmasters. So we learn, do, and improve. So with that, we come to the end of today's education session. It is time now to vote for the best meeting leader. I'm now launching the poll for the best meeting leader, and as the poll goes on, I'll close my session. Thank you all very much for the great session that we had today. I'm pretty sure that the meeting resonated the theme. It's never too late to learn. We learned so many things. We learned about stress management. We learned about leadership styles, how to cheat, and also we learned, I meant the acronym cheat, which our Toastmaster Norman mentioned about, not the other cheat. And also we learned about the communication styles, which were eloquently explained by our third speaker, Toastmaster Mudassir. And in addition, we also had an array of table topic speakers and evaluators who also gave us valuable inputs. We all are taking home something new, at least even if it's one point that you have learned in today's meeting, still it is a gain. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And with this, I conclude my Toastmaster of the Day session, and I hand back the lectern to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Mudassir Farooq. Toastmaster Mudassir, the stage is yours.
A round of applause, a round of applause. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. Sundar. The only thing I can say is, wow, it was an amazing session for me because I learned things which I was not expecting to learn today. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate everyone, your efforts and the way you communicated throughout the meeting. It was simply amazing. I hope to see this passion in all of you to continue, and this hunger to learn new things every time, so we can have our sessions more effective whenever we have them. Now I would request the vote counter to give us the voting link for the top 3 and the best, the meeting leader. I think it's the top 3, the big 3, if I'm not wrong. So if you can please give us the big 3 voting links.
Yeah, the voting is started.
Please do your voting so we can have the results and then we can announce them. Do we have the voting link for the evaluators as well, or we do not vote for
it is already complete. The voting for the evaluators.
Okay, perfect. The only thing which I would like to request or ask is that we have new evaluators that we have seen, that our general evaluator, this was his first time. Hidayatullah was doing his evaluation, I think the first or the second time. So is there any possibility that a senior member of the Toastmasters can evaluate our evaluators? So it can help them to grow and help us observers to see that, okay, this is where we need to fine tune and if we need to increase our evaluation skills. So, Dr. Sundar, is there any program?
Yes, actually,
how do we do
yeah, to add a point to that, setting officer Toastmasters, we always follow a system wherein when an evaluator evaluates, we give a feedback, but this is part of a project, because if you look at it, there is an evaluation that needs to be done as part of the second project in level 1. So in all our other meetings, what we do is, like, when the member delivers his or her first evaluation, a senior member gives a feedback on that one. And as far as the general evaluation is concerned, usually we do not have a session to evaluate it separately, but we can give an offhand feedback. And this is one recommendation that I also want to give it to you. When you plan the agenda, you could actually incorporate these things in the agenda. So if you look at it now, we have the evaluation session charted out only for 15 minutes, but we had 4 evaluators, and each evaluation takes roughly around 5 minutes, starting from the introduction till the closure. So that much of time has to be given. Because of that, now we are exceeding the marks. Probably let us go with the meeting. We'll end it, and at the end of it, I can give my remarks to both Dr. Toastmaster Hidayatullah and Toastmaster Amritullah, where they can improve.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sundar. Now I would just like to take some comments from our guests that we have today. Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, if you could just give us, how did you find the meeting?
Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassir. Actually, this is the first time I am meeting you all in MECA Toastmasters Club, and thanks for that. Usually I work on Saturdays, and I never attend morning meetings. And I could see a great enthusiasm and passion in all the speakers today. Though it's an old club, and I am also from some other club where I am representing Taj and Grand Professionals, I could see a major difference happening in MECA. Thank you for all. And the time you are taken and the progress what you are doing here today is astonishing. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, your feedback.
Thank you. It's not my first time in this club. I have been here before, and it's always great to have a meeting on the morning. That I realize when I joined MECA Toastmasters meetings, because we are fresh and with a fresh mind. It's not like evening, it's not bad, but compared to the evening, I feel morning it's much better. Anyway, I really enjoyed the session, and I'm ready to join any week, anytime. I'm just need an invitation, that's it. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you. You're always invited, Muhammad Shakir, for joining the meetings. Now I would like to have our seasoned Toastmaster, Jijo Koshi, to give us some words of appraisal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mudassir. I really love coming to MECA Toastmasters, because every time I see great speakers, and each one of you is really passionate about what he's doing. That's the great thing about MECA. There are a limited number of people, but who are there are really giving their quality output. That's the greatest thing. And one note recently I learned that better to have a general evaluator from outside the club. So you can keep all the role players same, only the general evaluator you can keep from outside, so that there is always improvement in your meetings. And as he stole my words, Toastmaster Shakir, that the meetings are really fresh right in the morning. Even I feel great coming to this meeting. If normal meetings in our club as well, We carry home all the stresses of work and then they're out of words sometimes. But here I feel much better. So it's great. Whenever I'm free, I'll surely join, even without invitation. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jijo. You're always more than welcome to join us. Now, for the vote counter, Toastmaster Sundar, if we have our winners.
Yes, we have the results ready. Toastmaster Madhusar, can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, so here we have the results for today's meeting. And we have the best speaker, Toastmaster Mohammad Noman. The best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. The best evaluator, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. The best meeting leader, Toastmaster Hidayatullah Beg. And the best of big three, yours truly. Congratulations to all the winners of today's meeting. Back to you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I think our agenda has been completed. If there is nothing further ado, I would like to call the session to be adjourned, and then we can have just a off the record discussions if required. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a good day.
So, like as requested by Toastmaster Madhusar, I'll just give my few points of feedback for Toastmaster Hidayatullah and Toastmaster Anand Pillai. Toastmaster Hidayatullah, yes, it was good. Your analysis, actually, I don't know whether you attended last week's Learn session. You know, we are having an Area 6 event in Learn. Toastmaster Hidayatullah, I think he's left.
He left, but still.
Okay, I will, anyway, it's recording so that he can always access it. So Toastmaster Hidayatullah, like what happens is whenever we do an evaluation, we always split it up into three parts. One is your analysis, the other one is your recommendations, and then the summation. So usually we take 2 minutes for analysis and then 1 minute for recommendation and the last 30 seconds for summation. So that's 3 minutes and 30 seconds on any evaluation. So what happens here is you did a great analysis. You analyzed the speech from the beginning, what all the speakers said, and that was great. So, and you abruptly ended there. You did not know how to take it over. So the easiest way to do it is as soon as you finish your analysis, just to encourage the speaker, because what we follow here in Toastmasters is like an empathetic evaluation, an uplifting evaluation, to encourage the speaker. Give 2 or 3 great points, the positive points that you really liked about his or her speech. So that will end your analysis. And then in your recommendation, imagine yourself in the shoes of the speaker whom you are evaluating. If you were there standing in front of the audience and giving the same speech, what would you have done better? Probably you can brainstorm and you can get 2 or 3 points. It can be anything. It can be your voice clarity, voice modulation, the content, the transitions, your body language, gestures, anything that you feel, okay? Because you are the star of the day. You are evaluating, so you can give what comes to your mind. So 2 or 3 points where you would have done differently. So that is your recommendation. Now sum it up all, and that's your summation. So this is the easiest way of delivering an evaluation: 2 minutes for analysis and the positive points, 1 minute for recommendations, and 30 seconds for your summation. You can add creativity in this one. Say, for example, during the analysis, you can enact or replay or repeat what the words the speaker said. During recommendations, you can do differently. Say, for example, you feel that the body language could have been better, so you demonstrate it in front of the audience. So these are some creativity that you can incorporate. So this is about evaluation of Toastmaster Hidayatullah. As far as Toastmaster Anand Pillai during his general evaluation session, the general evaluator's role is something really very important. So we do not start any meeting without the presence of 2 people. One is the sergeant at arms and the other one is the general evaluator. So general evaluator has to be there at the start of the meeting, recording everything from the meeting's beginning, the progress, until the end. And you have the liberty to criticize anything about the meeting. Okay, you are the biggest critique of the meeting. No, if you feel that the virtual background is not good, you can say that. If you feel that the video was not good, you can say that. If you see that the Zoom host did not do his job properly, you can say that. So you are the biggest critique, So probably a job that may not be satisfying morally, but it's something that you can do easily, to criticize things. And you can start from the timing, how the transition happened from each role player to the other. In addition, if you feel the speakers were not evaluated properly, or probably there was an additional point which could have been added by that respective evaluator, you can add it up. So that can be done by the general evaluator. In addition, you're talking about the meeting leaders' reports. And finally, there are certain checklists. If you look at the Toastmasters general evaluator script, just go into TMI website, there is a general evaluator script. They have a checklist. So you can actually print this checklist and make tick marks, what was done and what was not done. And then you share it. And if you want to go a step further, you could actually make a report, a written report, and share it with the presiding officer or the vice president of education of the club, so that the next meeting, these kind of shortfalls are not repeated. So this is how we normally encourage to do a general evaluator's role. Okay, I hope that sums up. And thank you very much for the opportunity. It was a great meeting. I'll close the recording now.